Hi guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Today we have a first for my channel. And excuse me, I'm only a month and a half in, but taking me a little bit to do one of these videos because normally when I buy a fragrance, I just immediately rip the box open and throw the box aside and keep the bottle for easy access set on my shelves. So this is an unboxing, and this is a fragrance called Les Néréides. Oh God, how do you even say that? And the fragrance is Patchouli Antique. Um, and this is actually a subscriber recommendation. So for anybody watching my videos in the future, if I start to sound like a pompous ass that I'm only making recommendations and act like I know it all, trust me, I don't. I am very interested in learning from you guys just as much as you are learning from me. So I say all that to basically say that this was recommended to me whenever I did my patchouli fragrance. As you can see, the box is completely sealed. And if you're a fan of older fragrances like I am, this is the vintage with only a couple ingredients listed: alcohol, parfum, and aqua. My favorite ingredient list, by the way. This was apparently reissued in 2019 in a completely different bottle. If you look up Patchouli Antique in Fragrantica, you will see that it has a completely different bottle. Other than looking at the bottle, I literally have looked at nothing else. I don't know notes. I haven't read any reviews. I've basically kept myself completely blind, but I did notice the bottle differences, and I obviously went for the vintage because that is my style. So let's open this bad boy. By the way, if you watched my earlier video today, you know my scent of the day is Papillon Anubis, which when I spray, I normally will hit here, here, or my inside of my collarbones, right here, and I'll spray here or here, and then I'll usually hit the top of my hands. And so sometimes I'll do like, you know, the first 4 or 6 hours here, and then if I reapply, I'll reapply to this hand so I can kind of differentiate the difference between the dry down and a fresh spray. And I do that on purpose so I can kind of see how a fragrance develops. Well, I'm making this fragrance at night because when I test fragrances, I do have some test strips here. Then you've seen me use these before in my videos. But what I like to do is before bed, I like to basically test fragrances on my wrist where there's no fragrance put out throughout the day. Or if I've already tested a couple here at night and I want to do more, I'll test inside my elbow like this. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna apply this on skin as a first impression, but it's basically before bed. I'll wake up in the morning and wash it off. But I still get to get the top notes and see how it operates and all that good stuff. So everyone's favorite, the cellophane wrap is off. And let's see what this is like. An unboxing. I feel like a real YouTuber. Okay. So, very clean, simple box. I do like the little angels on the front, I must admit. And what's interesting is we were talking about this, me and Jonathan, who recommended this to me. It says showroom on the back. I have no clue what that means, but very simple box. Let's see what the bottle looks like. And there she is. Actually, pretty nice presentation, all things told. Ooh, very interesting. Patchouli Antique. There's not very much written on the bottle, I'll tell you that. There's a terrible sticker on the back. I can hardly see it. One of the worst stickers I've ever seen. There is a sticker there. You can probably see there's a sticker, but you can't make out what's written on it very well. And neither can I. It does have some basic info. But it says the ingredients again: alcohol, parfum, aqua, which I like that it says only 3 ingredients on the bottle. All right, well, let's give this bad boy a spray, shall we? Oh, it sprayed right away. I don't think I like that. That's pretty uncommon for a brand new bottle. Usually they don't spray right away, but that's okay. It smells delicious. Wow. Very nice. This is closest to me Off of first impression, this is closest to Bois 1920 Real Patchouli, which is an Amber Patchouli. This is an Amber Patchouli for sure. It has a little bit of that chocolate cake patchouli that Sebastian loves so much. Mr. Perfume Guy, or whatever his new channel name is. He likes that chocolate cake patchouli that you get in Psychedelique, and you get that here, but you get a lot more amber in this than you do in Psychedelique. So I paid $37 for this, although I did have to have it shipped from Australia, and it took weeks. But I wasn't in a rush, and I was able to procure the vintage, and there was only 1 or 2 shops that was selling it, and so I figured I might as well buy it. So I had to pay, you know, whatever it was, 15, 20 bucks for shipping on top of the $37. He wanted 42 or something, and I talked him down a little bit. Very interesting. Let me see what the notes are. Incense is a top note. I was going to say it does smell a little smoky. Big patchouli. There's a Texas cedar note listed in the mid. Amber, oak moss, benzoin, and vanilla. I will tell you what, this is a good patchouli. This is an EDT formula for Patchouli Antique. Let me see what Fragrantica says the composition of the new fragrances. Oh, it doesn't say. I don't know if the 2019 version is an EDT or if they've reformulated it into an EDP, but if you like Bois 1920, their real patchouli, check this out. This is a good amber patchouli. If you like fragrances like Psychedelique, if you're a big patchouli fan, this is definitely one to put on the list. I had never even heard of it until Jonathan told me about it. Let me read you what the brand says. The high-end costume jewelry maison Les Néréides re-edits its iconic fragrance Patchouli Antique. So this is the original iconic fragrance. The re-edited one is the bottle you'll see on Fragrantica from 2 or 3 years ago. And it says, to incarnate the brand values of elegance and sophistication, the iconic Patchouli Antique is adopted, reinvented, yet faithful to the original. This new take on Patchouli Antique offers a unique olfactory signature, both charming and elegant. This wooden oriental starts with notes of incense, giving it a bewitching and mystical aura. I don't get as much incense here as I thought. Maybe it's just early in the beginning and then it kind of dies down. But maybe the incense note is added to the reformulation and it's not as much in the original. The heart reveals patchouli and Texas cedar for a powerful yet voluptuous character with base notes of oak foam, amber, benzoin, and vanilla. And oriental harmony signs the fragrance and gives it a modern twist. The scent's wake is highly addictive and irresistibly enticing. So, you know, if you're a patch hoe, you need to check this out. This is I can't believe I've never heard of it, actually. It is a very good rendition of a patchouli fragrance. I would love to know if the notes on this differ than... There is no... There is no breakdown for this particular fragrance. But there is a fragrance with a very similar bottle and same name called Patchouli Antique by Honoré Payan. It's a completely different brand. That's interesting. I wonder if anyone knows more about this. If you do, let me know. I would love to learn a little bit more about why there's a bottle that looks exactly like this with a completely different brand on it. Honore Payan perfumes. Oh, here we go. There's someone in the comments that says, oh, I'm not sure Honore Payan perfumes and the Néréides ones are the same. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. Someone else saying they remember seeing the same bottles but different labels. So there's some weird stuff going on with the marketing on this brand and the bottle, but it is a beautiful bottle. It smells like a really good fragrance for $37. Interesting. Amber Patchouli is basically what I get. Probably priced very well for under $50 with shipping. You get this resinous. Someone says a Papanax in the comments. I could see that, this amber, a Papanax patchouli thing with some woods going on. On initial impression, I like it. The problem with some of these type of patchoulis for me is, you know, a lot of patchoulis tend to start to kind of blend together. So like I would wear this in the same situation that I would wear Psychedelic, which I have 100 ml of, right? So now I have 100 ml of this as well. I think this is a 100 ml bottle. Yes, 100 ml. And, you know, and then I also have Patchouli, Real Patchouli from Bois 1920. The problem with the Bois 1920 is that they've gone through a reformulation. The EDT, which I have, has this dark juice color that looks very similar to this. And the new one looks almost clear. So there's been some sort of a reformulation to EDP. I don't know if the smell has changed because I've never compared the two. Rich Mitch bought that one, I think, by accident, thinking he was going to buy the EDT. But if you are upset at Bois 1920 for maybe what they've done with the EDT to EDP, he actually bought a box that said EDT, but an EDP bottle came inside. So they must have had some kind of issue where they had to switch over immediately for regulations, and they didn't want to waste the old boxes, is my guess. I don't know that for sure. It's just, you know, an allegation that I'm making, not that I know for sure. But if you like that fragrance, but maybe you're upset at that brand for what they've done, check this one out. It is half the price, a third of the price, and it's really good. It's an earthy, it's a real earthy patchouli, which I really like. And apparently this is a old fragrance. Maybe that's why it's called Patchouli Antique. Someone's saying in the comments that it was created over 100 years ago. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe this was like one of the original, you know, one of the original patchouli fragrances. Really interesting. So on a first impression, I like it. I would say, you know, the seller that I bought it from in Australia said that, you know, he or she had like 12 bottles of this. I got it off of eBay, and you know, there weren't very many sellers that had this though. Not very many listed. So if you don't mind spending the 15-20 bucks on shipping, this might be something to grab while you can still get the vintage. I don't know if the new, you know, there's people on Fragrantica saying that that of course the new one's not as good. The Papanax and Amber are turned down, you know, stuff like that. Maybe the original brand's name was Honore Payan and they changed it. It says Honore Payan Grass France. So they were right there in the heart of things, if that's true. And then maybe they changed the name to Les Néréides. Néréides. Nice packaging though. I like it. I like it. This is a successful blind buy, we'll call it, and a first unboxing on my channel. So, Jonathan, thank you for the recommendation. And, you know, if you guys have any other recommendations, I actually have a bottle of Hermescence Cuir d'Ange on the way. Another recommendation from a subscriber. So I am not too bougie to go out there and take your advice, as you can see, on fragrances. And if Cuir d'Ange is as good as this successful blind buy is, then we'll call that a win. The only thing is I had to get a tester because it was more than half price of what the full bottle of Cuir d'Ange would have been. And so I got a great deal, but it doesn't have a cap. But so what? Again, when you're a collector, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So if you're a patchouli fan, this has my thumbs up. I definitely like this more than that Molinard patchouli that I bought. This is much more classic. I bet this would smell amazing on a woman. But there is this earthy dustiness to it that I think a man can easily rock too. So completely unisex, dead smack down the middle. It's not a masculine patchouli like Givenchy Gentleman or, you know, Pierre Cardin Pour Monsieur. It's not too much of a feminine patchouli. It is dead smack down the middle. Just like I think Psychedelique from Javoy is dead smack down the middle. So my first unboxing. Hopefully it won't be the last, and I think the first time I will have uploaded 2 videos in one day. So, thanks for checking this out. This is going to be a shorter video. I hope you guys took something from it. Hope you guys learned about a new fragrance. And cheers, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.